Good everyone, my name is Graphics. Today we want to draw another machine component and we would like to assemble this part of the machine. And if you look at this very well, this is the elevation, this is the plan, and this is the end view. So because the elevation is coming first, I will say this is what? In first angle projection. Now what I want to do is, first of all, I'm going to draw the entire length, right? What is the entire length here? 110, right? But before doing that, since it's in isometric, we have to assemble in isometric. You will first of all draw your two axes inclined at an angle of what? 30 degrees, which is this. You draw a straight line this way. Now the top axis, which is this way, then this way, then this way. Now, after doing that, this side represents the length, which is for the elevation. This side represents the width, right? And this is the height. So the entire length is what? Let's look at this very well. My entire length is 110. That means from here to here is 110, and from here also to here is 110. So I'll measure 110. So if I start from 1, I'll be ending at 12. Right? Then the entire height, the height is found in the elevation. So 20 plus 65, that is what? 85. Right? So I'm going to measure 85. Entire height is 85. So from 1 I will end at 9. 25 here. That is my 85. Then the width is just the height of the plan. That is the width in terms of orthographic projection. So from here to here is 70, or you can easily say here to here is 70. The end usually have the width, or at this point here. So 70. So I'm going to measure 70 at this here. So this is what we have. So in doing that, I'm going to project everything upward. I'll project everything upward. And I'll come here also, project this upward too. And I'll join them together to form a box. Whatever I did here, I'll do it at this point too. So I'll close here up, and also I'll close it up too. Then these two, I'll close here up too. In doing that, that is what we have. This is what we have. We close them up. Now, the next thing we'll be doing is we will start from the elevation. And so, what we did next is the elevation, right? So when you want to measure the elevation, start from the elevation. The height here is what? 20. The way you can see it here. So you're going to measure 20. If you measure your 20, you're going to do the same thing. Like you place your compass this way, Right, on that 20 you make sure and you roll to touch here. You move it and you turn it the other way around also. You do the same thing, you roll to touch here. That's the 20 there. You also close up this part too. Close here also. And you do the same thing here too. Just close it up. Now, after doing that, after doing this, the next thing you do here is, if you look at this very well, you will discover that from here to here, right, is from here to here. Are we together? And if you look at it, it is not really given here. So what you simply have to do is to get the center of this diagram. So let's get the center first. Now, if from here to here is 110, then the center will be 55. So bring out the 55, which will be here. And I'll just take it up this way to stop here. I'll put this point to get here. Same thing is from here to here, we say it is 70, so I get half of it, which is 35. So I'll measure 35. Which is here. Now I'll close it up. So from this point, take it up, and I'll close it. And they are meeting at this point. So from that point, so I'll place it with the help of my compass. I discover that from here to here is 80, right? So from the center, I'll measure 40 to the left and 40 to the right to get this point here. So let's do that. So I'll take my meter rule and I'll measure 40. I'll measure 40 from here. 12 is 1, 2 is 40. And I'll place it at this point. Now measure to the left and also to the right. And I'll just draw my horizontal line on that point. I'll get this faint line. I'll move forward here also. I'll get this faint line. So what I will do next is to measure. If you look at this plan here, this is our plan. I want to get the thickness from here to here is from here to here, right? And I want to get this thickness here. So from the center, I'm going to measure 23 to the left and 23 to the right to get 46. So I'll come here. I'm going to measure 23 to the left and 23 to the right. From here, this is 23 at this point. Now place it at this point here, the center point here, and I measure 23 to the left and also 23 to the right. Is that taken? That's what I'll have in. After doing that, I'm going to take my set square, place it on my T-square, and I will move towards this point that I measured. Now taking it up. I'm sure from this point too, I'm going to take it up also. Is that taken? Now the next thing I'm going to do is, if I look at my diagram again, I discover that from this point to this point here is thickened, and from here it is also thickened. So I'll do that. But the thickness inside, for me to get distance, for me to get this point here, right, I've already gotten that I measured 80 here, 80 down. So I'm going to project my line to touch that 80. So I'll move my set square to this point, and I'll draw my line to touch here. I'll also come here also. I'll also draw my line to touch here. Now also I'll move these two to move in, and I'll bring this down with the help of my set square, and I'm going to join these two pieces together. Also there too, I'll join it too. And I'll close here too. And I'll close here too. Also, I'll close here too. And I'll close here too. Also, if you look at this point here, it is sticking from down straight down here. This distance is this distance here, so I'm going to thicken it. So I place it here. I'm going to thicken it from this point straight down to this point. I also thicken here too. And here also. And here also. And here too. Now, after doing this, I have successfully just gotten this part here. Now the next thing is I want to draw this guy here. So what I will do is, if you notice it, I've already measured my height. Then the next center of this is what? Is 30. So I should get the center of this vertical line here. And this is what I'll do here. I'm going to project this my point up like this, right? And I'm going to close it up here like this, right? Now if I project this upward, I'll have this way like this. So I have the center here too. How good? So it's telling me I should move 30 upward. From here I'll move 30 upward. Then from here to here is 30 to the center here. So I'll measure the 30 first. So let me measure the 30 first. So from 1 to 4 is 30, right? And I'll also close it up from here. I'm going to close it up this way. So I've gotten the center here that I need. Also, let me just take this up too. So now I've gotten this center, very important point. Now the next thing is, if you look at this, it's telling me the thickness of this is 28. So I'll measure 14 to the left, 14 to the right. So with the help of my instrument here, I'll measure 14. This is 14 here, right? And I'll come here and I'll measure 14 to the left and 14 to the right. Is that okay? Then I might close it up to get that thickness. Just close it up from here. Close it up. Then you come here also. Let me close it up here. Close it up to paint line. This is the point actually. Then you come to this point too. You close it up. Now I've gotten the thickness here. So what I'll do is I can take it up to touch the main diagram here. Take here up to touch this. Take here up to touch this. Then close it up. Close it up. Now I've done that. So the next thing I would like to do here is, if you look at this, I'm going to thicken this to this point, which is this point to this point, which is this point to this point. So I'll thicken it. So if I'm thickening it, I'll have this like this. Now come here also, thicken this point too, and this one too. So now the next thing is I'll measure a height of what, 30. I've already done that before. This 30. So looking at it that way, I'm going to close it up, because if you look at it here, I just move it up to 30. This point here. So from here to 30, and from here to that 30. If you look at it now, I'm talking about this 30 here. From this point to this point is 30. That's what I'm doing. Then the next radius is what? 35. So I need to measure 35 from this point here. Right? So what I will do is I want to measure 35 from that point. So first of all, I should just stick in these two to touch here. So let's start with that to measure the 35. So this is important also. Very important. This point, and the center of that point should be this. And that's through this. Just to get the center of that point. Since I've drawn this, if you look at this, this is coming up and it's meeting this here. So it's another important point here. And you see they are all the same point. So let's start. Measure 35, because the radius of that circle is 35. The radius is 35. This radius here, or this arc here, is 35. So I'm going to measure 35 here. This is 35. Right? Now place it here at the center I got. Now I'm going to mark the 35 to both sides. Start again. So from here to here 35. Then this 35. This is another 35. Then what was again? 35 should be somewhere around here. So what I will do is I will draw this down just to complete it. So I'm using faint line. Okay, now in doing that, I'm going to join this point to this point. Like this. Then I'll join one end to the other end here, and the other end to this end there. So I'm having this point and this point. So you just take your compass and you place it here, gauge it to this point. You can see that, to this point, and you draw your arc to the other point here. Just like this. You come here also, you place it here, you gauge it at this point, and you gauge the other one too. Right, now it's remaining the other aspect also. So how does this? I repeat the same feat at this point too. Just move this to this point, and then close it up, and I will join from here to here, and just do the same feat to get the other aspect. Then from here to here, then transfer my points, all my points. Like this is one point, I'll transfer it to this point, so then the same line, and this is the other point, I'll transfer it to this point. So I've gotten the 2 points. Now the next thing is to get this point also, which is here. So to start here, and this point too. We already have that point here already. Now the next thing we'll do is let's bring this down a little bit. So I'll transfer that point there. It's coming to be here. So I'll just take my compass, I'll place it here, then just draw an arc from here to here, but I won't move here, you just see how it's taken. I'll come to the other aspect too, which is here. So just draw this line here, just to this point we measured here. Just draw it out. Then you move this to that point, to the point here. So you move this guy to this point. That is where you use and place your compass there, and extend it this point here, where you can draw. You can see that. So what you simply do is you join from here to here, and you just complete this. And the next thing that we are doing here is this. So just extend this here from here to this point. Just draw a faint line like this to meet here. It means that what? I'm going to thicken this. And also I'll bring this down. And also I'm going to measure from here to this point here, right? Which is from here to here. So I'll thicken it. So I'll just stick it in this way. This must not pass that diagram here. Alright, so this is what we're having, because you cannot really see the other parts. Now what's still remaining is, if you look at this very well, we've successfully drawn. What's now remaining is this circle, and the radius is what? 22, diameter 22, so the radius will be 11. So I'm going to measure 11 with my meter rule. And I'll place it at the center here. I'm going to mark 11 up, 11 down, 11 left, and 11 right. And I'll use it to form a box. Form a box here. And also this is what I'm having. So I'll do my same circle here, just like I did in the beginning. So I'll be having something like this. So you have this. That's the same way I did this, right? So this is what we're having. I hope this video has been helpful. We successfully draw this in isometric projection, looking at it from the top, from the elevation, and from the end view. We're able to produce this. So if this video has been helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.